Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We're going to create a holiday makeup look. The makeup look that you're seeing on my face, that's what we are creating. And I'm going to use a bunch of goodies that I picked out from the Black Friday sale and also my staples. But I wanted to test out my Melt eyeshadow palette. So I'm using the Melt Gemini as well as the Adept Cosmetics Minka palette because those are like perfect for holiday season. And I paired out with like some of my favorite things already that are like tried and true and tested from the year 2022. If you're ready to see how I achieve this look, then let's keep watching. Let's begin. I'm so excited. I basically did my eyebrows using the Secret of Pharaoh eyebrow pencil. I'm in the realm of like finishing that. So we're gonna do that. And for my primer or like a glowy base, I use my Merit Beauty's Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. Look how much I've used this. I'm using it like almost every day before going to office as well as whenever I'm doing my makeup. Like I'm really loving this. So that's what I have as like a base before even we start off with like a normal primer. Now, as you can see, I have like a little bit of marks here and there. So for like a regular primer, I want to use my Danessa Myricks Balm Powder. And this one is in the shade number 4. I've used a lot, I would say. But I'm going to use this with my foundation brush first, I would say. I'm mainly going to focus it right in the center of my face. It gives like a very light, like a sheer amount of coverage. Nothing much, but it definitely puts my combo skin from the oils to peek through towards the end of the day. Because I like a glowy face, but I don't like my glow to be on like the center of the face because I am like oily towards the center and I don't want to look more oily. So very light layer is all that you need for this. And then I'm just going to go over with the concealer right here on the blemish. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury concealer in the shade Tan. This is like right my shade. So I'm just gonna plop it where I have like skin concerns or marks. And then I'm gonna just take my concealer brush and just buff it in. Because remember, we're gonna apply a foundation on top. I just need like a base to cover it. See? Just so that the darkness goes away. And then when I'm putting the foundation, it doesn't like come forward. Like the pigmentation doesn't come forward. Now for the foundation, I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match Nude foundation. And this one is in the shade 4.5 to 5.5 Rich Medium. This one seems a little light for me right now. If that's the case, I'm going to just mix a tiny little bit of the same foundation, but in 5 to 6 medium tan. Like the other shade is like my shade for sure. Oh my god. I do not like the packaging. Do not like the packaging. So let's start blending. It's super lightweight, but it gives like a good medium buildable coverage. Like really pretty. I'm just gonna buff everything into my skin. It's beautiful for like every day. It's beautiful for like occasions. If you are not looking for like full coverage and a foundation that looks like your skin, this is really pretty. I'm trying to do like a holiday makeup today. I still don't know what shades I'm gonna go for because I have 2 eyeshadow palettes to test out. We'll see how it goes. But for the concealer, I'm going to take my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And this one is in the shade Medium Dark 32. And on the center of the face too. I'm going to take the same foundation brush. This is the concealer that I used. Blend it on the face wherever we applied it, except the under eyes. Because for the under eyes, we definitely need like a precise brush. So I'm going to take my Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty brush in the style A506 and just plop it here. I never forget this area just because that's like my deepest, you know, dark circles where they reside. And then whatever is left over, I'll just blend it underneath the eyes and then bring it down. Just because I don't want like a light swoop here. I just want to bring it down so that everything matches on the face. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now this also acts like an eye primer for me today. And then before it sets and creases, I'm just going to set my under eyes and the center of my face, and I'm going to use my LYS Triple Fix Setting Powder in the shade Resilience. Let's take a clean powder puff because the other one is so dirty you don't even want to see. So I'm just going to take a clean powder puff, just like that. Tap off the excess on the back of my hand and then start looking up. And before it settles down, just press it in place, and that will just smoothen out your under eyes like no other. And then I tend to crease super easily on top, so I'm just gonna smoothen that out and press it on top of the eyelid too. So look at the difference, this eye versus this side. I hope you can clearly see the difference. And now before the other eye sets, I'm going to do the same thing with the same powder. Tap off the excess in the back, smoothen out the lines, and then start pressing. I'm mainly going to concentrate it with the powder puff on the center of my face, and for the rest of the face I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, but after using the cream bronzer. Because for like a special occasion look, I definitely want that like structured look on my face, and for that I feel like cream bronzer really helps. And for that purpose, the cream bronzer that I'm going to use is from M Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Nomadic. Now so this is like super deep dark shade. I'm going to take it on a brush. This is BK Beauty brush in the style 106. Now you can see it's super dark. So what I'm going to do, tap it on the back of my hand, because I'll take off whatever is like excess product, and then start pinching the brush and then start defining my face. Because this melts really well on the skin. It's like a very soft matte finish. But it definitely gives that structure to my face. I have a big round face, if you cannot say. So I will take all the help from the contour as much as I can. Just like that. Can you see that difference? The structure and the roundness here. I just don't want like super harsh, and that's why I'm like tapping it on the back of my hand. And don't worry if you feel like this is like too much for you, because it's a darker shade, but when I'm gonna put like powder on top of it, it's definitely gonna settle down quite a bit. I'm gonna take the same bronzer, but a very slight bit on this shade brush from Sigma Beauty. For a minute I was like, what is this now again? This is from the Practique line, by the way. So this helps to contour my nose really well. Again, tapping it off on the back of my hand, and then just start making the lines for my nose to contour it like that. So when I get that line, I'm gonna take it towards the eye socket, just because then everything just flows really well, and then you can start blending it down. And this will give you the illusion of like a smaller, skinnier nose. Can you see that? Again, it will all settle down once I set it with the powder. Now time for the powder. I'm going to take the same powder with a big floofy brush and then just set everything in place, just like that. And that will just blend everything smoothly. Now time for the blush. I'm going to take this ColourPop Heart blush, and this one is in the shade Let's Dance. This beautiful rosy pink shade. Mine is not like glued down, that's why it's just coming off. And I did not even get the time to glue it down. So I'm going to take my Morphe brush M523, tap off the excess, and then just go over my cheeks to give a little bit of rosiness to the cheek. If I have gone a little far, it's very easy to fix it again. Take the same powder puff with the same powder, tap off the excess, and just go over the entire thing just once again and set everything in place. And that just smoothens out every little thing. Just like that. Now, time for the highlighter. And for the highlighter, for special occasions, I have to get this back. I mean, I know you guys are tired, but I have to get it back. This is from Makeup by Mario, and this is the shade Golden. So let's put that. Placing it right there. This is like my perfect golden highlighter, at least that I have found as yet. Gives just like a wet sheen on the face, really pretty. I'm gonna take the same thing on the nose and on the cube as well. Now it'll all melt together when you set your face. And I'm just gonna do it right now. I'm gonna take my NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. Okay, now for the eyeshadow. Yeah, well, let's just dive right in. I have to use both these palettes, but for today, I feel like I'm going more glam on the eyes. And I want to do like a wintry, like cool girl kind of a look using this rosy tones. So I feel like we should start off with the normal Gemini palette. What do you say? And we're mainly going to focus on the brown tones. Yeah, let's just start here and see where it goes, because I want to bring in Minka too for the holiday look, you know. Okay, let's start off by setting our eyelids. I think it's like pretty much set, but I'm going to take the shade Luna, the lightest shade of this palette. And I'm just going to set if there is any tacky base on the eyelid. And this would definitely be like my setting shade for the palette, or like any blending shade. And I like these shades to be in like a bigger size palette, just so that I feel like this just smoothens out everything on the eye while you're blending. And I have heard tremendous amount of great things about like Melt eyeshadow palettes. This is the first time I'm trying a Melt eyeshadow palette in this size. I have that Amori Mariposa palette, which I absolutely love for my jewel tones, but I definitely wanted to dip into this long style packaging shadows also, so that I can like see the quality. I'm going to dip into the shade Polka Dot, which is this mid-tone brown shade. Looks like super pigmented. Oh, that's a beautiful tone of brown. I'm going to put that in the inner and the outer corners. I should have done my eyes first, right? But I don't know about the fallout of the Melt palettes. There's no fallout as yet, but we've only used like 2 shades, so we don't know. But these shades are melting with each other really well. I must say that. So basically did my crease and also focused it in the inner and the outer corners. Now when you see that I'm going on top with this shadow and it is going all over the place, I'm basically going to use that first shade that we used to blend out underneath the brows, so that that area is like seamlessly clean, I would say. Let's see. So basically going to focus this on the inner and the outer corners and just blend it into the crease. And I'm using my Refer number 15. I'm going to take the same shade Polka Dot on my lower lash line too, so that everything is smooth and precise. And for this, I'm using my Refer number 26. It's like a pencil brush, but a big chubby one. Really pretty. Really love the blend that is going on. Now let's make it a little more deep. So I'm going to dip into this shade, which is Cupcake, the deepest brown. A lot of kickback came up. So I'm basically going to just deepen up the inner and the outer corners with this shade using the brush of Refer number 13. Let me show you. I'm just dipping it like that, and look at the fallout that is coming. So be aware of that. It doesn't bother me as long as it's like not falling all across my face. So I'm just tapping off the excess and going very precisely on my eyes. Oh, that just blends so nicely. Those tones are so good. Also going to take the same shade on my lower lash line too. Again, just smoking it out. I'm going to go back to the brush number 15 from Refer with no additional product. I'm just sweeping it in the crease so that there's no harsh lines. Now I'm going to take that pencil brush that we were using, number 26, and I'm going to slightly dip into this black shade, which is Bonnie, very tiny little bit, and on the extreme corners, just deepen it out a slight more. Can you see that? I'm very, very close to my lash line and just blending it into those browns. That is a good black, good black. It blends so nicely. I'm gonna take the same black on my lower lash line, but very, very close to my lash line, I would say. Just like that. It's nice and smoky. Now I'm going to use my NYX glitter glue right on the center of my eyelid, just a tiny little bit. You know the gist about it. Just in the center so that I have a tacky base. Now I'm going to use Minka palette for the center of my eyelid just because it's holidays and I want to use it. And there's one shade that is like calling my name to be used, which I've not used as yet. If you guys have not seen this, I mean, this is so pretty, especially for holidays, like so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna use the shade Cora because I've not used it as yet. And look at this. It's a beautiful green tone, golden shade. It's very green gold, I would say, leaning a little more towards the green side. And I'm gonna, oh my God, these shimmers just take the breath away. I'm gonna do like a spotlight eye right in the center. Less is more with this product. You don't need much. Just a tiny little bit will go to places. You saw how much I used it. That's enough. That's more than enough. It will catch all the light that is like, okay, like I don't even have words to explain how pretty this is. Like one dip is all that I'm taking for the whole eye. We'll dip back into that Melt Gemini palette just to smoothen out the edges. I'm going to take my Mario highlighter that I was using on my inner corners, just because I don't want like super jitac shade on the inner corners. I just want a little bit of lightness, but nothing much. Just like that. Now let's just go back to our Gemini palette, and I'm going to take the small definer brush that we used with the shade Cupcake and just blend out the edges. I just want like a smoother blend towards the edge. I actually want to dip into a little bit of green. Is it going to be too much? I'm going to take this Fire OG shade. Let's see. And I'm just going to put that on the lower lash line. Oh yeah, that matches really well. Especially mixed with that black. It's like perfect for that shimmer. I'm going to finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and maybe some lashes, and I'll get right back. Okay, once the eyes are all complete, let's finish off with the lips. For the lips, I'm going to take the CTRL lip liner lippy pencil from Colourpop. I'm going to take this Adept Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Feisty. This is also like a deep chocolatey brown shade. And this is my final look. I really love the way how everything turned out. It's definitely glam. It's really like luxurious and glam looking and like perfect for holidays. I really love the addition of Minka to the Gemini palette. I feel like it's like match made in heaven. I finished my eye off with Ardell lashes. This is the foam ink lashes in the style 817. It's pretty natural, I would say, on the eyes. It just flares out everything, which is like perfect again for holiday season, just to amp up. Like I never wear like false lashes unless it's like special occasions, but I feel like this, it definitely needed it. And that is my completed look. I'm really happy with formula of that Melt Gemini palette. I cannot wait to use the Gemini 2. I loved everything that I used today, and the refer brushes just paired and made everything like seamless. So that's all for today, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed like this holiday makeup look that I created for 2022. Do let me know in the comment section below what are the palettes that you are excited to use for the holiday season. You might have like some holiday palettes that you're waiting to use for Christmas and New Year's. Do let me know which one are those. And that's all for today, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did like it, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.